Welcome viewers, Dr. Jason W. Morrison, Theologist, New South Wales, Australia. We are doing Watchtower Study Edition, November 2019. It's New Year's Eve. We're up to the heart-to-heart communication. A very strange article this, and I'll show you the reasons why. Paragraph 8. We might find it difficult to open up to others because someone might have hurt us in the past. And that's a very, very good reason not to open up to others. If someone's hurt you in the past, then that's a very, very good reason to be very careful about who you're going to share your important parts of yourself with. You've got to protect your privacy. Now, this is trying to undermine to a certain extent your ability to be very careful about who you speak to. And what this is actually doing is it's provoking backbiting and gossip and all this other stuff, because if people know too much, this is where all the slander and other things come from. Or we may feel that we lack the time and energy to cultivate close relationships. Well, the fact of the matter is that could be the truth. You can't be everything to everyone. However, we should not give up. Give up what? Just have a normal, structured life. If we want our brothers to stand by us when trials come, now this is conditional. This is a conditional statement. If we want our brothers to stand by us when trials come, we must learn to trust them now with our thoughts and feelings. I don't agree with that statement. I'm sorry. No. Trusting people with your thoughts and feelings is a very exclusive privilege for someone to have. You've got to be very careful, as it said here, who you share your thoughts and feelings with, because you'll be betrayed. You'll be undermined. It gives people, as a matter of fact, if you're not careful, it empowers people to undermine you. And that is an important step toward becoming true friends. No, it's not necessarily. If you're on a soccer team with someone, you don't get there spewing out all your thoughts and feelings about everything. The proverb says a couple of times that even a fool's counted wise if he holds his tongue. What's this say? Now, that you have purified yourselves by your obedience to the truth, that's the finished work of the Lord Jesus Christ, knowing that all your issues between yourself and God have been resolved for time and eternity, never to be worried about again, with unhypocritical brotherly affection. You've got to be careful what this sort of affection is suggesting and how it's interpreted. Unhypocritical brotherly respect might be a better word. As a result, love one another intensely from the heart. You've got to get this in its right perspective. There's 4 types of love. There's love toward God. There's your family love. There's friends love. And then there's another love. I forget what it is. Storge, Philios, Agape. And there was another one. I can't think of it offhand, but you've got love for God, love for people, family love, and then I think it's parental love, or one of those. But you've got to keep it in its right perspective. You can't just spew your thoughts and feelings out to everyone, because you're going to exhaust yourself and come undone. Jesus showed that he trusted his friends by communicating openly with them. No, Jesus, remember, he would choose James, Peter, and John to privately come with him at certain instances, didn't he? And might I just say, I no longer call you slaves, Jehovah Witnesses, Jesus said, because the slave does not know what his master does. But I have called you friends. Did you know you're the friend of God through the Lord Jesus Christ? Because I've made known to you all the things that I've heard from my Father who is Jehovah. Did you know you're God's friend? You don't owe him anything. You're his friend. If we can imitate him by sharing our joys, concerns and disappointments with others. Listen carefully as someone talks to you, and you may learn that you have many thoughts, feelings, and goals in common. Consider the example of Cindy, a sister in her 20s. She befriended a pioneer in her 60s named Mary Louise. Cindy and Mary Louise work together in field service every Thursday morning, and they talk freely with each other about a variety of subjects. I'm sure they do, and a lot of it would be whinging and backbiting prettied up. Cindy says, I enjoy having deep conversations with friends because this helps me to know and understand them better, and probably yourself. Friendships thrive in warm atmosphere of open communication. That's true, as long as it's constructive. Like Cindy, if you take the initiative to have warm and open conversations with others, your friendships with them are likely to grow. And Proverbs 27:9 says, oil and incense make the heart rejoice, so does sweet friendship springing from sincere counsel. And notice the sincere counsel. You can't just throw out and spew out your thoughts and feelings to everyone, because you will at some stage get hurt. You will get hurt, as you did in the past. So there's a certain amount of wisdom connected to this. We'll watch some videos now.
This morning I woke up and hi guys. So this morning I woke up and I looked on my phone and I realized that I have reached 1,000 subscribers last night. So thank you so much. I wanted to thank you guys for watching my videos, for sharing my videos, and also for leaving comments. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And I have a few shout outs to make. I wanted to say hi to the Drinking Gourd. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but I've been watching your videos the last few days and I really like them. They're very honest and I like the content of your videos, and I can relate to a lot of things you're saying. So thank you for adding your voice to the XJW community, and keep the videos coming. And I wanted to say hi to Lavender Frog. I also watch your videos on a regular basis and I really like them. Thank you so much. And also a subscriber of mine, his name is Wretched Knucklehead. You know, I really like your comments because they're so uplifting and motivating and so nice and kind and loving and warm. And thank you so much. So God bless you. And yeah, thanks so much for your comments and for the motivation that you're giving me. And of course, thank you to all my subscribers and to all the people that are making videos and supporting the XJW community. I'll be doing some more shout outs in upcoming videos. So yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest before I start. Well, actually, I wanted to tell you guys about something that happened here in Germany. Like recently, I've been hearing a lot of sad stories about things happening with Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, a few weeks ago, it was the 28th of December. There was this Jehovah's Witness couple. He was in his 50s and his wife was 31. Obviously, she was much younger than he was. And well, they got married and they had a problematic marriage from the get-go. So they had issues right from the start. He had an alcohol problem, which she didn't know of beforehand, before she got married to him. So when she got married and moved in, she realized he had an alcohol problem. And he was like slapping her around, threw her against the wall and choked her and stuff like that. And she wasn't really, as I guess, getting the help that she needed. Well, she couldn't take it anymore, so she left. And then she wrote him a message that she wanted a divorce and wanted to leave him. And she already had a new partner that she fell in love with, so she, you know, wanted to leave. And she went back to his house to get her stuff on a day that she assumed that he wouldn't be there, because he used to work on Wednesdays and he didn't have a car. He only rode a bicycle. So when she went there on a Wednesday and his bicycle wasn't in front of the house, she guessed that he wasn't there and went into the house to get her stuff. As soon as she got in, he came around the corner with a knife and stabbed this woman 10 times. And 3 times or 3 stabs were life-threatening. But just imagine someone stabbing his wife 10 times. I mean, like, that's so terrifying to just imagine stabbing someone over and over and over again, someone that you actually love or supposedly love, And well, in court he showed some kind of remorse, but he got convicted of attempted manslaughter and aggravated assault, and got sentenced to 3 years imprisonment for doing that to her. Yeah. I also heard another case. There was someone who wrote me an email. He was talking about a elder's wife. I'm not sure if he was a circuit overseer, but he definitely was an elder. And their son got disfellowshipped, and she just couldn't take the pain of not seeing her son, not being able to talk to him, and she couldn't take the shame of having a disfellowshipped child. She wrote a letter. So that's how people know of her reasons for doing that. And anyway, she got into the car, she drove into the woods, and she slit both of her wrists, and died. So this is very sad to hear these stories. I don't know if they're being reported more often than it used to be, but now you're actually hearing these things in Germany on a regular basis. And it's very sad that people will go that far to kill someone or to kill themselves to get out of this cult or get out of the situation in general, because they can't deal with feelings of shame and guilt and not being good enough, not doing enough. And in this case of this woman and her husband, people have to understand Jehovah's Witnesses are not allowed to live together before they get married, first of all. But also they're not even allowed to date without a chaperone. So you as a Jehovah's Witness don't even have the opportunity or the chance to get to know your future husband or future wife on that personal, deep level, because you're always being checked on. You always have someone there watching you. So you don't even have the opportunity to have these deep conversations that you need to get to know each other better before you get married. So basically, Jehovah's Witnesses, they move together and don't even know each other. And that's how these problems come up. And then you have a lot of young sisters in the organization marrying brothers for the wrong reasons. Sisters marrying these old guys in their 50s because they're an elder or a circuit overseer or a ministerial servant, or marrying because they have money or they want to stay in the country, or like a lot of different reasons. I've seen this myself as I was a part of the organization, and you still see that now, and you see it more often. And I guess that's a big part of this problem of not being able to know your partner that well before you decide to spend a lifetime together. And then the second issue is that a woman is not allowed to get a divorce from her husband if he's beating on her or doing other things to her. The only scriptural ground for a divorce in the organization is adultery. And so a lot of women have to stay with this man that is acting violent towards them and abusing them. And the thing is, with adultery, you have to be able to prove to the elders that he is cheating on you before you even have that opportunity or have some kind of ground for divorce. And it's not that easy to prove to elders that your husband is really cheating on you. And I know of this other case where this woman is married to this guy that she hasn't seen in years because he left the country, and she's still scripturally married to this guy and cannot get a divorce because he left the country. You cannot prove to the elders that he's cheating or he has a new wife or anything because he's like on a different continent. So she is married to this guy for years without being able to prove anything to the elders. So she is basically being kept from moving on with her life. She will never be able to have a relationship with some other man or marry a man that she loves because she cannot prove to the elders that this guy that left the country and has absolutely no contact with her is cheating. So anyway, what I wanted to talk to you guys about by giving you these examples, I just think that Jehovah's Witnesses, they harbor a lot of like guilt and anger and hate and hurt. They're hurting inside, pain, anxiety and depression that they can easily pop off or snap. I've witnessed this many times, that Jehovah's Witnesses will like snap over small things. And then they start like, they're harboring all these feelings, and then they don't have no kind of way to release this pressure and all these feelings. Well, they can't really talk to the elders about their problems, because the elders will blame them and tell them they're spiritually weak, or they need to pray more, or they need to go into field service more and stuff like that, And so they have to keep all these feelings within themselves. And then when they go home, then the partner can easily become the target, because they have no other way of releasing this pressure. The partner, the kids, other family members can easily be targeted, And I have seen a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses snap over small things. There's a conversation, you don't agree with them on something, and then they'll just snap. They start over exaggerating with words, with feelings, with actions. They start yelling, getting loud, getting aggressive, and stuff like that, easily feeling offended. And I've noticed that also on my channel, because there were 2 or 3 people that asked me questions, and I just thought, these people are just interested, like, can you verify what you're saying, or can you prove what you're saying? Do you have a few links that I can go to see proof or documents of what you're saying is true? And then I will do that. I will provide proof for them, or provide links where they can look up documents. And then they start going off on me. They start insulting me, calling me out of my name, and writing me really bad emails, and lying on me, basically telling me that I'm this, I'm that, I do this, I do that. And these people don't even know me. They don't even know my full name. They have never seen me or talked to me before, And that's what just really sometimes shocks me, that people that are supposed to be Christians have no problem with immediately insulting you and getting personal with you just because you do not agree on a subject with them. The majority of Jehovah's Witnesses, active Jehovah's Witnesses that come on my channel and start commenting and stuff like that, they actually come to start a beef. They come and the only intention they have is to start arguing with people and start insulting people. Most of the time, it starts off nice and calm and, so forth. But they snap really quick. And most of the time, it's just because you have a different opinion. And that's what I also noticed in real life, because I have Jehovah's Witness family members still, and I still have contact with some Jehovah's Witnesses that are inactive, but you still see this pattern that they easily overreact because they have so many harbored feelings, and they really don't know how to control their feelings or to sort out in their mind how to react to a certain situation. And that's something that I had to deal with and I had to work on. It took me a lot of years to get my feelings under control and get my thoughts under control. I used to really overreact in small things and get loud, but that is something that I've been working on for a lot of years, and I think that I've got a good handle on it. But yeah, that's what I think is it plays a huge part in these people killing other people, elders killing their wives, wives killing their husband, their elder husbands, women and men and siblings killing themselves, committing suicide to escape this cult because they have no one to talk to. They have to harbor all these feelings. They're alone with all these feelings of depression and guilt, anxiety, shame, fear. Then when things happen that make them look bad in front of the elders or the congregation, because we know Jehovah's Witnesses want everything to be perfect. You have to keep this perfect picture. You have to present yourself in a perfect way, and nobody is perfect. So that is actually a goal that you cannot achieve. You're setting yourself up for destruction or for failure, you know. And when people cannot maintain this perfect picture, they start targeting their family members or other people. And when your partner is not, you know, upholding this perfect picture, they can easily pop off and hurt them, you know, or hurt themselves. And I find that very scary. And I hope that especially here in Germany, where the community is very small, that that people become more informed, that there are more articles that are presented to the people talking to us about these stories, because I just hope that people here wake up and finally acknowledge that there is a problem, and this is a dangerous cult that can be very harmful as soon as you become a part of it. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. So I hope to see you guys in my next video, and bye.